All right, guys, Subaru made it back to Florida, but it wasn't easy at all. I got about an hour into the trip and there was smoke coming out of the hood when I stopped to get fuel. I popped the hood and the smoke was coming out back by the turbo, so back in that area. I called up Ricky. That was the first thing I did. I called up Ricky Hoffman and I was like, man, what do you think's going on here? He's like, dude, I don't know. I can't really tell from, the FaceTime. It was at nighttime and everything, but he's like, all right, let's check the oil. We checked the oil, and there was still a good amount of oil in it. I went and I bought some more oil from the gas station to be able to make it back, and yeah, I made it. The car made it back here to Florida. But the problem is like I can't jack the car myself. I can't go and figure out where this oil is coming from. So I need to find somebody to be able to check over this car and try to see what's wrong with it, so we can get this thing back on the road. And my friend Dave gave me a number to Ricky, and here we are. You can see. Fujisan Automotive. This is here in Fort Myers. We got a new Ricky. This is the South Ricky, and he's going to be helping us out with this car today. He's also going to look for a couple other things, kind of do a once over and see if there's anything that stands out to him. But real quick, I also wanted to show you this. So the morning I got back, I actually stopped at a paintless dent repair place that I went and brought the Scotty to. The guy's super cool, and he was going over this car. I told him we have about 8 to 10 dents. He sat there, went over the car, and he's like, dude, you're gonna have to drop this off all day. He goes, I'm gonna have to treat this like a hell car. There are 60 dents on this car. Let me show you. So I knew there was a couple of them, like that one right there. This one, it's like in the back area. That's the worst one, I would say, right there. But when you look at this car in a certain light, there are dents all over it. It's insane. 60 dents is insane. I didn't see that many at all. Until he put that light on there, I couldn't believe it. There's like no straight panels at all in the car. But he says it's doable. So if we can get this thing looking good again, I'm gonna be amped up. But another thing I want to tell you about, I was talking about the bumpers. You can see over here, the back bumper. The back bumper looks rough. It's the front and back bumper, both bumpers. You could even see the yellow from the bumper is super light compared to the quarter panel and the rest of the metal parts on the car. Apparently they absorb like light differently, and that's why the color's off. So I actually talked to the guy, and right around the corner from him, like literally in the same parking lot, is a guy that does auto body. And he's gonna paint the bumpers too. But first things first, we gotta figure out exactly what's wrong with this car. So let me introduce you to Ricky. So this is Ricky. I actually just met Ricky about 20 minutes ago, when we've been talking so much about my car and other cars, and his car knowledge it's through the roof. It really is.
Thank you.
It's been awesome just chatting with you and just hearing how passionate you are about cars. So how long have you had the shop for?
We opened at the end of 2020 when the COVID, of course, happened, and I figured that was a good time to start a shop. So
yeah,
me and my fiance came here, and we started building. This was a warehouse. We started building everything. Little by little, things started lining up, and now we see this is what we got.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We specialize in Subarus, Hondas, mostly Japanese stuff.
Yeah.
But at this time, we're working also on fleets.
Yeah, so you're doing a little bit of everything, but the import cars is what you're passionate about.
Correct. I specialize in Japanese cars.
Yeah.
Oh, mainly Japanese cars.
Well, I'm glad you specialize in the Subarus as well, because I was looking for somebody, and luckily I was able to get your number from a friend, and I feel like I'm in good hands. So what are we going to do to tackle this car? What's the game plan?
Well, first I'm going to see if it's easily accessible to behind the turbo from underneath. If not, I'm going to have to put a little bit of dye, clean the engine, and let it run. And then I look for it that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the dye, when you put the dye in it, what color is the dye like usually when?
It's a fluorescent green with a black light and like the yellow goggles.
So if you put the goggles on, you can see it.
Yeah, you let it run and you see where it's coming from. That's why I gotta clean the engine first, and then that's the fastest way to find it.
Yeah.
If you don't see it right away.
So looking at my car, do you think I made a good purchase with this car so far? Do you think
this car is so clean? I mean, you talk about a lot about the dings, the dents, and all that. That's nothing.
Okay.
This is so rare. Like
awesome.
I see it. I mean, I want it.
That's what I wanted to hear. Cool.
Yeah, I don't care if it's automatic. I don't care. This is perfect. Yeah.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah,
but
this is the ultimate daily.
yeah, I'm gonna be dropping this off, and hopefully we can figure this out. If there's anything else that pops up, let me know. I just want to get this car running again. Like, I want to bring it back to all its glory. I ended up buying a bunch of different parts for it too. I got like new headlights. I got a new tail light. I got a bunch of interior pieces. I ended up buying a set of like cheap coilovers, nothing too fancy. I got rotors and pads as well. So I'm just trying to bring this thing back to life, and hopefully you'll be able to put this stuff on for me. But first things first, we gotta get the oil checked out. So yeah, we're gonna be dropping off for Ricky for a couple days, and we'll let you guys know what happens in the future. So a couple of days have passed by, and Ricky told me that the car is ready to be picked up. I was pretty happy when I rolled in. I saw it just peeking out of the garage right there. So we're going to talk to Ricky right now and figure out exactly what you did to fix this car. And yeah, I'm really interested to see it firsthand. So Ricky, be honest. Was it worse than you expected it to be to figure this one out? Or was it easier? Were certain things easier? Certain things more difficult? How was it?
So it was easy to figure it out, and it was as bad as expected to replace it.
Yeah. So exactly what was leaking? What caused this car to be leaking so much?
So the turbo drain, oil drain line had a tear that was like leaking oil when you were like accelerating, because the turbo was working, and oil drips back. It's supposed to go back into the oil pan, but because it had a tear, it was going all over underneath the car.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And of course we drove it quite a few miles, so it went a lot everywhere, But we had to remove the intercooler, the turbo, and along the way we found a bunch of old brittle lines that we replaced, so you don't get nothing like this again.
It's crazy when you think about it. This car, what is it, 21 years old? That's wild to think about. So all the parts that came on this car, I mean everything, like it's gonna break down, it's gonna wear, things are gonna start dry rotting and wear out. So I'm glad that you were able to find the other parts, so now down the road I don't have to deal with any other issues.
Right.
So you had to remove remove this turbo to be able to get to the line, huh? To be able to get there easier.
Yeah, and it's got like a bunch of heat shielding everywhere, which makes it more fun.
Wow, yeah, it doesn't look easy at all. That's the thing with Subarus, man. There's a lot going on in this engine bay, in this little spot. It's crazy. A little four-cylinder eats up so much space like that. You drove this thing around a little bit, seemed to be doing pretty good, not leaking anymore.
No, it's not leaking anymore. You just gotta let the rest of the burn off, and then you should be good to go.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I am so excited to enjoy this car and not be worried about this thing just like leaking out oil. So thank you so much for this, man. That was really, really awesome. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate the business.
So it's exciting. I finally got at least one problem sorted on here. Still got to get the exterior stuff sorted, and I have so many parts on the way. Like there are so many parts I have ordered, so many random parts as well for this car. So it's gonna be an exciting few weeks, and I'm gonna bring you guys all along the way. And if we have to bring Ricky back into it to get this thing fixed up, yeah, we're gonna be heading on over here. So if you guys are in Southwest Florida and you are interested in getting your import car, or pretty much any car, you can probably reach out to him and see if he's willing to work on it. But I've been so impressed with the quality of the work. He has like an awesome program that like lets you approve everything and explains everything really well, and I thought that was really, really cool. And I'm really happy that I finally met somebody down here that I could trust with my car. So make sure you guys go check out the Instagram, Fujisan Automotive, and you can talk to Ricky and maybe get your car fixed as well. So that's it for this one for right now. We will check back in the next week or so once we get some new parts for this one. See you guys then. Peace.